Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both. I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
That's right, everyone. I am reviewing Doom. So get really excited for this. Before we get too far into the review, I want to go over a little bit of history because Doom, as it stands, has a very interesting history in video games in 1993. So I'll go over a brief overview. If you want to see more, I'll put links in the description. You can check those out. First off, I like to talk about the graphics. The graphics were really revolutionary for the time. When it first came out on PC, what they did like a 2.5D graphics. So it wasn't quite 3D. They did some technical engineering, some really interesting feats to actually get it to work properly, because the processors and the graphics cards at the time could not support 3D graphics. You can read or watch more about that in the description below. So the second one to talk about is some of the controversies around it. So, which leads to a very interesting series of events. First off, there were the shootings. There was some school shootings that happened that got people up in arms, which eventually led to the Secret Service doing an investigation into the video games. The PDF to their findings are down below. Also, it led to a congressional hearing. Now, Doom wasn't the only one involved in this. There were two other games that were mentioned, Night Traps from Sega, as well as Mortal Kombat. Now, what this ended up leading to was it started the debate on whether or not games were art and whether or not they were covered by the First Amendment in the first place. Also, shortly after all this, the ESRB started up, but that didn't stop id. The people who made Doom, they started releasing their game as shareware to companies, allowing them to get their hands on it for free and sell it for whatever they like, reaping 100% of the profits. This made Doom ubiquitous, meaning that it became more popular than Windows 95, believe it or not. An operating system, of all things, was less popular than a video game. Bill Gates saw this as a great opportunity that he could capitalize on. What he wanted to do now is create a PC as his Windows platform or operating system as the gaming platform from now on. So what he did is he sent a team of his own guys over to id Software to work on Doom, to be able to port it over to Windows. And one of the people that he sent over was none other than Gabe Newell. For those of you who are very familiar with Valve, you know who this guy is. If you're not, it's okay. He is one of the co-founders of Valve and one of the key creators of what is known as Steam, the very popular software that allows you to purchase games on Windows. Steam is very synonymous for PC users who play video games. If you play video games on a PC, you pretty much know what Steam is. In addition to all of this, Doom has been banned in Germany for quite some time. It was only at one point they were allowed to have Doom, but a censored version of the game. Now, Doom 2016, this version of the game, is the very first time that Doom will appear in Germany uncensored. And I find that to be pretty awesome. Now, let's get on to the review.
This Doom game had me super excited. When I first saw the trailer for this game, I was just blown away. I was at the point where you see the Fry meme, the "shut up and take my money." That's where I was at with this. Because I played the original Doom. I granted, I didn't get into the map creation and stuff, but I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the gameplay, and I know that as young as I was at the time, I wasn't supposed to play the game, but I did, because, like I said before, it was more popular than Windows 95, and it was very easy to access this game for free. So I really enjoyed it, and I loved this one because it looked like a modern version of Doom. I mean, it looked like they had taken the original game and updated it. And I know they tried to kind of do that with Doom 3, and I hated it. I did not like Doom 3 because it didn't feel like Doom. It felt like Resident Evil with a Doom skin. I didn't like it. It felt terrible. It was like, oh, they're trying to do this little survival horror with the Doom and no, I wasn't having any of it, which is why I was really excited with this one. And I know they did a little bit of remakes. They've actually remade this game to make it feel less like Call of Duty and more like actual Doom, which is super exciting. The guns in this game are amazing. As you can see here, I mean, the differences in all of them, that you can create mods with the different ones, so you can have the different abilities to go with them. The weapon switching was nice. It was great. And the way that you get like different upgrades for them by going through and completing different tasks with the gun, that was a lot of fun. And I have to say, the melee, oh, that's what sold me on it, in all honesty, is the glory kills. The being able to like hit them and have them essentially explode. That was so exciting to me because I love that in video games. It didn't feel like just a shooter. You were able to actually have physical contact, and that added such a layer of brutality to the game that just mesmerized me. And I'm the kind of guy who plays the games and just runs in, guns blazing, and to have the melee component so huge in this game, just it sold me. Everything about this sold me. I really liked the level creation. That each level design in this is designed for you to constantly move around the map, never to stay stationary, but to constantly move so you're not boxed in. And the AI is super smart. They will figure out if you're standing still. I love how the main character feels angry, and the gameplay fits it so well. He is just so mad. You can tell that he's pissed off about the things that they have done, that they've let these demons into our world. It was just great. And I like that with the season pass, they had a season pass with this game, but you didn't need it to play the game. If you want to do multiplayer, then get the season pass. If you want to do anything else in the game, the season pass was worthless to you. And I loved that. I thought that was great because that made me enjoy Doom for just being Doom, and I didn't have to get anything extra. I love the scaling. The enemy scaling was really good. I love all the differences in the enemies, the feeling like them being big or small. Even the bosses, the boss fights felt so grandiose, and I really enjoyed that. Even with like the special weapons, when they brought back the BFG 9000, I was like, oh man, I loved this gun in Doom, and I can't wait to use it again. And it's just as amazing, and I love the frequency of which you can use it. That really enjoyed me. You can pick up these little green orbs to recharge it, and you get like 3 shots. Fantastic. Does a great job clearing rooms. In addition to that, the chainsaw, another level of brutality. Being able to just cut through enemies, and not just cut through them, but they like pour ammo out. Normally when you do a glory kill, it's like, oh, this is great, because I get health and I can customize my character to get armor as well. But when you chainsaw them, they just gush. They just, like what would be blood, instead ammo comes pouring out. It's just great. I love how you can customize the character with you can do these rune trials, you can find them throughout the levels, and if you complete them, you can actually customize your gameplay. So you can do glory kills from further away, which is what I primarily used all the time. You can also do it to where, like I said earlier, when you do a glory kill, they'll also spit out armor as well, which was really nice. And I love the character movement. He just moves so fast. it makes the game feel very, very fast-paced. You know, it doesn't slow down. You're always going forward, and you're always just kicking ass, which is what this game is designed for. The other thing I really enjoyed was the ledge grabbing, because before, you know, in some of the other games that have ledge grabbing, I always feel very wary about it. It doesn't work very well. I felt the ledge grabbing just was very intuitive. I didn't have to press any buttons. It just happened. And I was really surprised with how smooth and how well it was executed. I thought they did amazing on that. In addition to this, I really enjoyed the map creator, the snap map that they have. Granted, it's not nearly as robust as what it was in the original Doom game, but it's still fairly robust, and it's got quite the creativity in it. You know, people are doing all kinds of stuff. I played one that was you know, the duck shooting, but it was with the souls. You know, I go to carnivals and those ducks are all in a row and they're coming along. This one kind of felt like a duck shooting mixed with whack-a-mole. And there's a couple other ones where you can actually play as the demons, and there's one that I played where there was this demon war, faction war going on. You're playing with one side and you're trying to help them like eliminate the other faction, and that was really cool as well. It was just all around. This was the Doom game that I wanted. They did a brilliant job updating it. It was everything that I wanted from the original Doom modernized, and they did a perfect job out of it. I can't think of anything else that I would have wanted in this game. This game literally, like, it had the lore, had the great storyline to it. The story I felt was very robust, and just across the board, amazing. Hope you guys enjoy it too. If you really enjoy Doom, or if you like the fast-paced shooter games, I highly recommend getting this game. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you want to give me a score, I'd say, you know, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, like I said, it was everything that I wanted out of it. But don't take my word on it. You know, just take, you know, watch the gameplay, the footage that I have here. Take what I've said out of it. Maybe you can go find some other Let's Plays if you want to see them. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. If you enjoyed the original Doom, I think you will absolutely, unequivocally love this one. Go and play it. Stay tuned next time. Next week, I hope to have a review for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I've been playing quite a bit of that game recently, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you guys next.